What's up, everybody? What's up? So, Firebase. Don't use Firebase. This is crazy. I connected the API yesterday. Because I was doing this whole Firebase thing, and they give you 300 credits at the beginning. So it was great. The 300 credits, it got me through all of those different things, like all those different levels of getting the getting this app designed, and absolutely crazy. So yesterday I did one little change to my app now that I've run out of credits, and it charged me $30. So I can't use it. I literally, like, how am I supposed to make an application which is going to charge me $30 every time I try to do anything with it? Let me show you what I did. Like, I'm in shock. I just can't believe that this is real. So I think it's just setting things up right now. This is my Firebase thing. I don't know what this is. It's from the past. I don't know why I have to scroll through it. All right, so here we go. What did I do? So you can see here that, okay, here's, you've exceeded your current quota. So it starts up. Okay, so during the current testing phase of the app, I've been creating new users. I have real people that are talking to me and sharing their projects with me. As I create users, it would be helpful if you could see the list of users that have been created. Please tell me which table is being used to store the list of users, and is it possible to add a container to the profile page that I'm using now so I can see all of the users that have been created, keep track of the people I'm speaking with during this testing phase. I mean, I could show you what that looks like. Anyway, so it tells me that what's going on. I said, would the container just show the list of users? So, anyways, then it like had a problem doing it, and then I just told it to continue, and then it had another problem doing it, and then I told it to continue again, and then it's like, okay, so then, right, detach this. Well, first thing I'm going to do is stop. Definitely stop. Detach. Stop. Thing is that anything you do with this, it's like so expensive that it's just impossible. I'm just gonna, I don't know, I don't want it to do anything. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? See, like, I woke up today, I decided to do a video. I jump into here, it says the cost is $34.91. And then I'm looking at the date, and it's like, what? This is from yesterday. I didn't do anything yesterday. Like, I literally, the only thing I did was I just made one little teeny tiny change. All right, so let's jump into here. First of all, let's get out of the pro preview. How are we going to do this? This is where I created the API key. And so we could go to the billing and usage. 34.90. It's like, okay, say goodbye to your 34.91. For what? For doing one little thing with this. All right, so I'm going to come back here and here. I'm going to go back to use the built-in model. Freak. All right. Now, since I've got the built-in model, now I'm going to go over to the Google Cloud API, and I'm going to delete the generative API key. Yeah, definitely going to delete this. $34 for doing one thing. crazy. So I'm sorry, but I can't afford this. I mean, yeah, I agree. It 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 made my app, and you're not going to be able to find anybody in the world who's going to design an app for you for $30. It actually deleted it from here. From deleting it on my Google Cloud, also deleted it from here. I mean, I just can't believe it. It's like such a shock. If you contact customer service, they're like, well, I can't really help you with that. It's not really my department. It's just ridiculous. So I guess this is for. I mean, maybe this is just. Did I do something wrong? It's just. I can't pay $34 a day for making one little change. So now what do I do? How do I export all of this out? I got to get this out. Means I got to go back to cursor. So I'm going to what? How do I get this out of here? I want to migrate the project to something. If I save it as, I'm not happy with Gemini either. I've been using Gemini Advanced, and like yesterday, I just canceled it because. Do you know what Firebase Studio is and the ID that it's based on? Because I would expect with Gemini, since it's like a Google product, that it would have some special knowledge for how it like how its own products, like Google Cloud documentation and Firebase, and like I would just expect that it knows all of this because it's within its own infrastructure. Download. All right, so we could try downloading it. File, download. Section, go run. Sure. I just don't know what to do here. Get support. Navigate to hosting under build. I don't see any of this. Open your project in Firebase web interface. Locate the file exporter panel, which lists your product's files and folders. Right-click on the top level folder containing all your project code. Click download. What? What's this thing happening here? Please enter the commit message for your changes. I just don't even know what this is talking about. So anyways, if we go to the very, very top, then this is what we got. Arrowhead, that's the outline, timeline, arrowhead. IDX, VS Code, database, front end. So I'm using Firebase Studio, and I want to stop using it. I want to use cursor instead. How do I copy the code from Firebase and move it to cursor. Which Firebase features are you using? Your Firebase doesn't offer a direct download feature to entire projects. The recommended approach is to commit your project to Git repository, then clone it locally. Initialize the Git repository Firebase Studio. In Firebase Studio, open your project. Use the integrated terminal or vision controls features in GitHub. All right, so copy this. Now, let's just go in here. Push a remote repository. Get a new repository on GitHub, GitLab. Create a new repository. Okay, so now I got to open GitHub. Sign in. All right, what did it say? Create a repository. Create a new repository. So I'm guessing that means just click create a repository. Call it Arrowhead. Add the remote repository. Why do I have to scroll through the entire thing? copy the repo URL from GitHub and run. Okay, I've initialized the Git repository, added all the files made. Work device. It says signed in, device activation. Sign in as this, enter the code displayed on your device. There's no codes on my devices. All right, it's just asked if you want to do it. New personal. Create general token. Well, I don't know what's taking so long, so let's just assume it's going to take some time. Now, while we're waiting, I don't know what to do about this billing situation. Like, I literally did nothing. I did one change. It charged me $36, $35. That's insane. And the thing is, I just know I'm going to contact these people, and they're going to be like, "Oh, they don't know what to do." You should have read. It's going to say I should have read the documentation and figured it out. You should never do anything without knowing what you're doing. It's like, okay, all right, fine. I can't work with these people because you have to be a genius in order to understand how to not get charged. Billing support. Yeah, this is called last month. All right, now as we're waiting for this GitHub, now here it's like, or create a new repository on the command line, echo arrowhead. So can I copy this? If I copy this, can I just put it directly into Firebase Studio? All right, so we're still waiting on Google Cloud support. Obviously, they're not going to do anything. They're just going to be like, well, actually, you used this thing, and what did you expect when you used this thing? I don't know. What was I expecting? I wasn't expecting $36 for one little change. It's like, how is this possibly going to be competitive if I got to pay $36 to make a change to the code? I mean, I'm sure it's cheaper than hiring a real human to do it. All right, so where are we? We got Firebase. Trying to push the code to GitHub. We got Google looking at the situation. So the Google guys, they said, just to clarify, you made charges from the usage of Gemini API, correct? Yeah, correct. That is correcto mondo. Is indeed what happened. I'm curious to know what it takes to do this. Push your code. Push U origin main. So we did the, oh man. GitHub. Oh, maybe I don't have it connected. Let me just put in the. Yeah, I don't see this one-time code anywhere. Keeps asking me to do this some kind of one-time code thing, and it never works. Open GitHub, the new tab, and paste the one-time. There we go. And then it's pasted in here. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. This is like a high-stress environment. All right. Looks like we're making some progress. Hopefully, making some progress. Okay, which means what? It means that it should be in here now, right? Aha, good. We got some code. Okay, now what are we going to do is push the code to GitHub. You'll be asked to authenticate. You can use your new this and that. Done. Your Firebase Studio is now safely on GitHub. Do you want me to create an additional command checklist for cursor? Yeah. All right. Now let's open up our cursor. All right. So cursor checklist. After pushing to GitHub, go to cursor, download, install cursor, download, install the editor. Clone, open cursor, open a terminal cursor. What's Google saying? Yes, we are patiently waiting. She's not here. What? Thank you for patiently waiting. Please note your free trial on the billing account has already been consumed. The free trial period cannot be paused or extended. The free trial ends after all available credits are consumed or at the end of the first. First, I would like to set your expectation that with an upgraded account, all running services will be considered as billable service. Yeah, I see that. Okay, where are we? All right, open up. So open a terminal. So let's jump into, oof. Wow, I don't even know what's happening with this. First of all, let's update our cursor. Open the terminal in cursor. Open the terminal. Run the following command to clone your repo. Now, there's two things I can do now, right? So we got Firebase. Now, I'm guessing if we do the built-in Gemini model, then it's not using an API. And I suppose maybe I could use some of these built-in models. I don't know, maybe I can use one of these other models, the Flash Preview or something. So I'm not like saying that like I have to give up completely from Firebase Studio, but certainly I wanted to make sure that I have the repository cloned at this point, because it's like it's doing this, like the app is doing what I want it to do. I started the testing process with some of my students already. All right, so now, so these API keys, I already deleted them. I'm just gonna close this. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get out of this Firebase Studio. I don't know. Well, but the thing is, I have to see this appear in my cursor before I can do anything. So what do I do? In a new window with profile. All right, let's go back into here. So it's saying open the terminal in cursor. Control plus or command. Yeah, control and that squiggly line. Where's the squiggly line? I don't even know what that thing is. Open cursor. Open the terminal in cursor. Like, okay, so when I'm in cursor, how do I do like, all right, I need to share the whole screen because what the hell's going on? I recognize these charges are valid and I'm determined to find a way to help. Okay. All right, so I think that they're going to probably hang up the phone pretty quick. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the sharing the screen. I'm going to share my whole screen because there's just too many things going on now. All right, so these guys are going to hang up pretty quick. Put them right there. That's useless. Here's my. Why does it say show this tab instead? Am I showing my whole screen? Stop sharing. What the heck? Entire screen. There. All right, so here's my thing. Here's my instructions. I have no idea what this is for developers. I quit Gemini Advanced. It doesn't tell me the things I need. Here's me getting charged an arm and a leg for this thing. Here's my API key, which I think I deleted. Yeah, I deleted that API key. All right, and then so this is how I got into the billing support, which is going on right now. I think this is the same. All right, I don't need to be in here anymore. I don't need here anymore. This is where the API key was, which I deleted. Here's my app, which is not currently running. Firebase. Here's something about GitHub, which I probably shouldn't be showing the world. Here's this. I don't know. My Gemini just disappeared. I don't know how to get that back. Probably just refresh the screen. This is Firebase. This is Firebase. It's like a whole bunch of other tools, and it says I'm in Spark, which is no cost, so I don't need that right now. Here's the testing environment. Okay, so here's YouTube. We got our testing environment, which we haven't started doing yet. We got our vision for the app. We got our Arrowhead project, and I think I click this. Yeah, Gemini's back up. All right, so I paid my dues, man. I had to pay $36 twice, and those are two $36 payments, which I did not expect to have to pay. And basically, what's going on now is that well, I'm gonna create a new dialog box. I have my well, it's in slow motion. Let's give it another minute. All right, so open the cursor and then open the terminal. Open the terminal in cursor. So with cursor, what I want to do is I want a new project. New text file, new window with profile. Open folder. I don't know how to do this. Okay, so what you got to do is you got to open. You go to your documents, go into cursor. Now we got, and now here we're going to create a new folder. Arrow Firebase. Understand. Yeah. Now I want to open a folder. Yes, open a folder. It's gonna be in Documents, Cursor, Arrowhead Firebase. Oop, back one. Click, open. Okay. Now it says to copy this, go into here, paste, new chat. Now, why does it have Gemini Pro? I think this one's also connected to my credit card. What happened? Okay. I'll help you start the development. If you got anything, nothing from here. Is something else you want? I'll help you start development. So please check the packages. All right, so we'll see if they cancel the charges. And now I have to figure out how to develop this app without the, without the top, without these expensive thinking models. Is it possible? And also, let's figure out if we can. You see that. Let me check contents. I see project says front end directory. No, the front end directory appears to be empty. So we'll separate. Oh, my dog's having a good time. Just having a little sleep next to me. All right, so the Google situation hopefully will figure itself out. I would say that the app is like where I want it to be. Like right now, it's like it's doing basically everything I want it to do at this point, and we just started the testing process. It's become very clear that I can't afford to pay for services. So, in fact, I should remove the credit card from Cursor. I mean, I wouldn't mind actually paying for Cursor another month. How do I do it? Sure, there's a website, Cursor. All right, so I'm on the free plan. Now, do I actually have to? Must have to pay for it, right? Yeah, exactly. All right. So I haven't paid for it yet. Fast premium per month, unlimited uses billed monthly. Save with annual billing, $16 a month. You see, this is normal. This is a normal way to deal with your customers. So you have like a monthly plan. It gives you some kind of allowance. You can make some, make some premium model. You've used 4 requests out of your 50 request quota with the premium models. Okay, I see. And then we'll see what happens when I don't have the premium models anymore. Okay, let's run that. All right, so I know there's going to be a problem with YouTube once you get past 1 hour. So you can see basically we're going to do some, we're just going to, the main thing right now we're trying to solve is that what's the best way to move forward? I can't really afford to be paying $36 to make one little change, which means that I'm not going to be able to work with Firebase anymore. Well, I could use the built-in Gemini model. I suppose I can use the built-in Gemini model, but definitely I had to remove the API from the Google Cloud. I can't afford $36, so it just means I can't use the best model for doing the coding. And well, okay, so now we got a new version of dueling pianos. So now what we're going to try doing is we're going to be using the free version of Firebase Studio, and we're also going to be, let's see, get how things is going. I'm going to be using the free version of Firebase Studio and also the free version of Cursor. I might, after I, because the thing is that $20 a month, I can handle $20 a month. So if it's like, it's basically saying you've used 4 requests out of your 50 request quota using premium models. So the thing is that if I can use premium models for $20 a month, then yeah, definitely I'll do that. So I could see Cursor as a potential solution. It's saying that I can use premium models for $20 a month. Right now, Arrowhead, it doesn't have the option to be able to use some kind of like monthly package. You have to connect your API. Once I connected my API, then I discovered that it's going to charge you a huge amount of money if you're using the premium models. So that means I can't connect the API. Well, if I can't connect the API, then it means that I have to just use the built-in models. It's got some other models. I don't know. Remember before, in a couple of videos before, I was trying to use some of those other models. I don't know if I actually used this thing called the built-in Gemini model. This might actually just mess up again, because it might just be like, oh, you ran out of requests for today. See, like, look at this. I can't help you with this. You're very close. It actually tells us something important. Is a Git submodule, which is not behaving like a normal folder. Go inside the. What you need to do is go inside of the copy front end. All right. Well, as you can see, I'm going to be working on this problem for a little bit until I can get everything from one. Once I got everything working in Cursor, then we can take the next step forward. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to be using both Firebase and Cursor at the same time to see which of these applications is going to help me to move forward. And also, hopefully, I can get all these files into GitHub. And if I can get all these files into GitHub, then it means that we're going to be able to have this base code, and we can put it into other IDEs in order to see, like, maybe Cursor is the best one, or maybe something else. There's another one which is better. So at least now I have the foundation of the application, and then now I can, like, decide what to do with it, or what tool to use, and which one's going to give us the best mileage. So there you go. There's another day in coding, and it's been crazy with this. The Google API method is not good. Don't do it.